Let's make a podcast. Let's make a podcast that gets signed by a major podcast agency. We filmed yesterday. Filming went really well. Every time I film, I learn something new. Today is time for, I think, perhaps my favorite part. Welcome to my, working area. What is it called? I need to have this up by tomorrow, like midday. So we're on a bit of a timeline, but I deal well with timelines. Yesterday, I got all of the files from my cameras so that this would be like a little easier. So I'm moving all of these into CapCut. Fun fact about me is after I exercise, sometimes my hands are swollen and I can't put my rings on, so I'm not wearing my wedding ring. But we have about an hour and 15 minutes of footage that I'm gonna break into probably 20 to 28. That's like what our sweet spot is. My two other Canons, I had batteries. They needed their batteries replaced, which was frustrating as I don't have somebody else to stop and do that. The memory cards held, but I ordered a dummy battery today so that at least I'd have another thing that's recording the whole shot. I also ordered a tripod for the Digi so it could be higher because it was just on a huge stack of books. I'm gonna dive into edit and see what we're working with. The first thing is always the most fun because I just watch the whole thing. I also first have to color grade. Color grading comes before everything else. Pretty happy with the color grading right now. I shot by a window, which not the greatest call where my AC unit is. So there's just so much light coming in from behind me. I don't know if anything that I'm saying is making sense, but it is in fact making sense to me, and that is in fact all that matters. Farther away from each other here because we got up. Okay. And we used a sound mic. I don't know. Let me show you what it looks like. It doesn't look it looks so white right now on you, but it's not that white. Now that we're fully color graded, I want to share what worked. Getting a second one of these mics, life-changing. Filmed with the Digi plugged in, so it retained its battery so well. It was so wonderful, and the microphone stayed perfectly. I'm figuring out lighting. I totally understand why producers are helpful. Seeing things on screen while setting up would be super helpful. We are a couple of hours into editing, almost done with the first go through, and I want to take you through how I edit. I'm always kind of changing it, but okay. This is my timeline. I have edited up to here. All these have notes. This footage is my two other Canon cameras. If I use this, I will put here. So it'll just be like an overlay. From the editing bay, we are almost done. We have 2 minutes left to edit. Funny to see how I evolve in every interview. And I have to say, if only I could have found video editing when I was first diagnosed with ADHD, because the mere exposure to myself interrupting people is like getting it through my head. Time check, it's 5:19. And I finally finished editing my YouTube video for Catherine's Couch. It's 42 minutes long. I had to use my SX730HS to film, but every time I try, it's dark. So I don't know if I'm just using the wrong settings. There's a different settings because it was right in front of a light, but I need to stop looking at this. So I'm gonna go take Heather on a walk, and this is all a process. Editing is a process, creating is a process. It's important to have balance for all of this. So I'm gonna take Heather on a walk, and then I'm gonna edit what I am gonna post tomorrow because I do wanna post something tomorrow, although it isn't this. And yeah, where I leave you. I love you. I hope this helps. And if no one has told you yet today, let me be the first to say you're always on time for your own life. I'll talk to you later. Bye.